Hello, my name's Randy Rolfe, and I'm here to do a product showcase of Niken products. And this is one of more than a dozen shows that we do live every week from independent consultants. It's not a corporate presentation, but it's presented by field leaders who are using the products and sharing them with others. And it just runs 30 minutes. And the person who invited you to this presentation, I encourage you to get more information from them, find out about the other programs that are scheduled. We're each a little different, and share a lot of wonderful stories and about the technologies, and also about joining us as a partner if you're interested. So I'm going to go through a quick slideshow to keep me on track, and then invite my wonderful guest Sonja to share her experience with Niken. So here's my slideshow. And it's about discovering active wellness. I've been teaching about wellness and vibrant health through natural living for over 40 years now. And I was looking for a way to teach more people and also make more money teaching it when I came across Niken. And I'm a certified nutritionist. I had been a lawyer and a family counselor. And I really wanted to share health, because I found when I was counseling families that having a healthy environment and eating right made a big difference. 90% of the problems, irritability, poor sleep habits, depression, anxiety, laziness, just not feeling like doing anything, affected the parents and the children when their lifestyle wasn't good. And then the relationships would break down and they'd come to a therapist. So I would try to teach them about wellness. And when I discovered Niken in 1997, it was an amazing breakthrough, because it made it so much easier for people to have a wellness environment in their home. Because Niken had discovered ways of creating the right energy environment. It wasn't just about nutrition and exercise. It was easier than that you could get a good night's sleep, you could keep flexible and healthy. And I was one of those people who recognized it right away because of all my wellness research. I knew that electromagnetic fields were changing the environment that our bodies were operating in, and we just didn't heal as fast. We got more inflammation. We weren't as mentally clear, that kind of thing. And so when I discovered that over in Japan, they were developing technologies to make it easy to restore our microenvironment in our homes or our cars so that our bodies would function better, I was all over it, and discovered also that it was an amazing business, and it was very easy to share with others because people could feel it right away, which is really a wonderful thing, because they didn't have to change the way they shopped or the way they ate or convince their family to eat different right away. They could just all feel better, and then they would start making better choices. So let me go to my next slide here. There we go. As I said, what I discovered working with my own family and counseling others was that it was the little choices that people made every day. It wasn't about making huge commitments to join a fitness club or lose 30 pounds. It was really about good choices every day. Small choices consistently over time make a radical difference. And this picture shows that it's a lifestyle choice between humans being more, becoming all we can become, and humans being less, being under stress, anxiety, depression, our bodies just not moving the way we want them to. Today, we have worse health problems, especially chronic conditions, than we did 18 years ago when I started in Niken. Stress affects 70% of the chronic conditions that kill us and also that reduce our quality of life. The stress impacts heart disease, diabetes, fatigue, allergies, sleep, weight problems, anxiety, and depression. And it's increased ever since our recession, and also the toxins in our environment. Sleep, 70% say that they have sleep issues, and one poor night's sleep has been shown to drop the immune system 30 to 60%. And I've been to lectures where students are encouraged to get a good night's sleep before an exam after cramming, because memory is built up in the deep sleep. And none of the drugs that knock you out actually put you in a deep sleep, but a good quality environment and lifestyle can do that. Air pollution and water pollution, again, are in the news every day. 7 million premature deaths annually by the World Health Organization are linked to air pollution. And in our water, bottled water is found to contain over 25,000 different chemicals. And I just learned that in tap water, they're finding that methadone combines with the disinfectant chloramine to create a particular carcinogen. There are many, many carcinogens in our tap water. We're using water that has been used by the city above us in the water table. And so we are getting the remains of what's gone through the medical system, the dental system, and so on. The chlorination kills the things that are going to kill us immediately, but the toxins kill us slowly. It's not a good situation. And the people that suffer most are our children. 1 out of 5 adolescents is overweight, and a significant number of them are actually obese. And children are getting fatter earlier and earlier and showing signs of heart disease, cancer, and diabetes at earlier and earlier ages. It's truly frightening. Less than half of adolescents eat the recommended amount of vegetables. Low-income families, of course, have it way worse. They're often in food deserts. They can't get fresh foods, and they're more vulnerable to aggressive campaigns to sell junk food and bad lifestyle. The 27.1% of high school children get less exercise than they're supposed to get to stay healthy. And there's no surprise about that. They have no energy, they're overweight, and it's completely unfair that we're letting this happen to our children. So what can we do about it? The answer is being healthy by choice, not by chance. If we leave it to chance, it obviously isn't working. So humans being more, it's the active wellness choices we make every day that make all the difference. And that's where Nikken comes in. It's the only balanced, comprehensive approach to total health on the planet. Non-medical, non-invasive approach that supports the body, works with the body, doesn't manipulate it or try to treat it with drugs, but rather creating the right environment for mind, body, family, society, and finances to be in balance. And this is very Asian concept of balance, that at the core of health is true balance, and Nikken has developed in a system that has balance in all 5 of these areas. And of course, the mind and body both respond to a good lifestyle. We do much better with family, as I've already said. And we have the energy and mental fortitude to contribute to the society and to do what we need to support our family financially. So along comes Nikken's Wellness Home. When I started, their main focus was magnetism, a magnetic sleep system and magnetic products for the day. And then they added an amazing nutrition line, which is now in its 4th generation. And I was impressed back in '97 that they were at cutting edge. And now we have absolutely unique products in the market for nutrition. But we also now have a water system. We find that the body responds much better to the quality energy environment if we're fully hydrated. And so we have good water and Also air. Take the toxins out of the water and out of the air, and that lowers the physical stress on the body tremendously. Our kidneys, our lungs, our liver, our skin don't have to work so hard to try to get rid of all the toxins from modern living. And the most recent addition has been the light, and that's a full spectrum light. I have it here right on my desk. And it's fabulous for not only keeping the eyes comfortable, but also helping keep the circadian rhythm going so that we sleep well at night. So I'm going to go over our product line really quickly. It's the unparalleled product line. It's a one-stop shop for wellness. Like I said, the nutrition is second to none. And on this slide are a few of our proprietary nutritional supplements. The Osteodens is actually bio-replenishment. It's Dr. Naidu works directly with Niken. He's a world-famous microbiologist and has discovered these large molecules that in babies help develop the control and communication mechanisms of the body. And the Osteodens has that incorporated, the lactoferrin, which helps balance the minerals of movement of minerals in and out of the bones. So we can actually avoid the medications for bone loss that have so many side effects. This is amazing, unique to Niken. The other thing you see on the picture is Siaga, which is the finest juice and highest antioxidant supplement on the market. Tastes fabulous, has no water, sugar, additives, preservatives, or colorings. It's just exotic fruits that support the body in all its functions. And we have a full line of nutritionals. Please explore them. I take everything Niken makes except the men's daily vitamins. The women's are plenty for me. The skincare is phenomenal. It's organic based, eco-certified, feels wonderful. And again, just try it. You need to start your wellness home wherever you're most interested in. The environment, I mentioned the water, the air, and the light. They are all cutting edge, the finest units on the market. The water not only purifies with a full charcoal filter, which will take out those carcinogenic things I mentioned earlier, but it also alkalizes, mineralizes, and microstructures with a magnet, just as if the water came right out of a mountain spring as you're drinking it. The air system filters with an ultra HEPA filter, finest filter you can get, like in a surgical arena or a computer room. And it produces the beneficial ions with no ozone produced. That's a proprietary technology again, and extraordinary. The funny looking thing there is our shower system, and there's been a lot of information lately that the shower is one of the worst places to get toxins because we're breathing hot, chlorinated water into our skin and our lungs in a shower 5 to 10 minutes. And you can get more toxins in there than drinking tap water for days. So it's really frightening. And this filters it all out and gives you what the same as the water unit, gives pie water, properly structured, takes out all the nasty stuff, and then it puts out micro bubbles that actually help humidify, moisturize the skin. And then the light I mentioned is unique. Full spectrum, no flicker because it's LED, and just wonderful. The rest and relaxation is actually the signature core of this product line, and I fell in love with the sleep system right away. I'd always slept well, but I found I woke up much more energized. I swim every morning through the summer, and I just didn't get tired. I could swim all day if I had time, and I didn't need to stretch or feel like I had to get things moving again. Everything was moving. when I jumped out of bed. So I knew that I'd had a really deep sleep and everything had been properly restored. And then during the day, we wear the magnetic insoles, which was the very first product that Nikken produced, and became the fastest growing company in the history of Japan just with the insoles. And they're very easy to demonstrate that they increase balance and strength and stamina. And that other funny little square is another favorite product for during the day. It's a back support, Kinko Back Flex, but you just put it on your lower back and everything feels better, from hips to knees to feet, and even people find that their mental attitude improves because so much goes on in the lower back. And of course, the sleep system, it's a mattress topper of all natural material. It's fully magnetized. The comforter has the unique far infrared technology, which warms and alkalizes the body. And the pillow is ergonomically designed and also gives the magnetic technology. So you're in a cocoon that allows your body to restore itself every night. So now I want to go to our wonderful guest. This is Sonja Fath, and she's from Canada, British Columbia, and has been involved in Nikken even longer than me, so she'll have some great stories to share with us. Sonja, please unmute yourself and tell us what got you excited about Nikken.
Perfect. Thank you for having me on the call to share my story, and thanks for a great presentation. I always love to sit through that and get re-awed, for lack of a better way to put it, of how incredible our products are. I was introduced to Nikken, I think if I heard that correctly, a year before you, Randy.
Yes.
1996, March of 1996. My daughter was, I had been lucky enough to stay at home with my daughter for 5 years, and she was getting ready to go into kindergarten, and I thought it would be a time for me to contribute financially again to the family and get back out into the workforce. And so I started looking for something to do. I didn't really want to go back into the traditional workforce because I wanted that time to still be with my daughter, take her to school, enjoy the field trips, and still be a part of her life. So I didn't want to do the 9 to 5. I was introduced to Nikken and was immediately attracted to the business model because of the freedom and the flexibility that it would give me. I came to Nikken healthy, so the whole wellness thing, because I was well, I honestly hadn't really given that much thought. So the first thing I set to do was evaluate the products. The one challenge I did have that came about in the presentation when they were talking about the products, just like you have, the fellow that indicated that it could be helpful for women with that monthly challenge. And that was my biggest issue, is once a month, I struggled, I was down for 3 days, I was uncomfortable, I wasn't well, and that was affecting the quality of my life. So my first product I invested in was the Mag Step, the 4 generations back. But I didn't put them on my feet, I put them on my tummy. I put one on my tummy and one on my lower back, and it helped. So then that was my attention, because I was attracted to the business, but I needed to make sure that I could stand behind the products. So that had my attention. The sleep system. My mom had a sleep challenge. You start thinking about the people in your life that have challenges and how it can be helpful. And she didn't sleep well. It had many years of poor sleep. So I talked to her and said, "Mom, come check this out and let's see if there's something that could be helpful for you." Changed her life. She had such a great product experience, and that pretty much, that engaged me, that I really felt that this is something I could stand behind. It would give me the freedom that I was looking for. It would create financial cash flow for us again, and I could share it with people and make a difference. And so that's what I've done for 20 years.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great story. And when you can help your family like that, it's just there's nothing like it. And can you share one of the stories with other people that you've shared with over the years? I know I feel like 18 years, like I said, I didn't have any complaints, but I know that people that I've known for these 18 years that haven't started using the products, they're starting to have chronic conditions that I don't have. I don't take any medications. I don't need any medications. And my kids were raised with the products, and they are really healthy. Always got a good night's sleep and that kind of thing. So what kinds of experiences have you had along the way?
I think, Randy, the first experience I'm going to go back to is I'm going to go back to that sleep system, because it's such a pillar product. And because I came to NECAN healthy, and because we really are prevention based, first of all, may we never know what we've prevented. You talk about our children. My daughter was 4 when I was introduced to NECAN. She just turned 25. And so it's all she's known. She just bought her first home. And the first thing she said is, Mom, I need a water system before I move in there. I need that waterfall. And she found the money in her budget to invest in that. She has a sleep system and whatnot. So she already is a generation that's engaged in staying healthy. I'm so grateful for that. When we invested in the sleep system, my husband, like you, we didn't have any sleep challenges. And so when we invested in the sleep system, so we could be a product of the product, so we could talk about it, we were both blown away how the level of our sleep increased and how much better we felt. So I always go back to that prevention. And then share a story of a client. I think my most recent one was a gal who has lots of knee challenges, problems with her knees. And she had a couple of NECAN wraps that were in a closet for a long time. She had purchased them at some point, used them, put them away. I connected with her, and she indicated she had products. I said, put those back on your knees. She put the NECAN wraps on her knees, called me the next day and said she was able to walk through the mall, which may not seem like a lot to us, but something that she hadn't been able to do in well over a year and a half, because her knees gave her such trouble. And it allowed her to get out and get into the mall and do some shopping. She was so grateful, and she said it was so huge for her. And I felt so great to hear that story.
Yes, that is wonderful. And to be able, knees are giving out for a lot of people, and to be able to put off any surgery, I think, is huge, especially because when it happens to younger people, they can't replace a knee at 20 and expect that they'll still have a good one at 40 or years later. And I was helping a gentleman just the other day who's taken up tennis for the first time in his 40s, and he's a football player, big guy, and similar story. I just said, here, put this on. I put the insoles on. He went out and played. He's like, wow, this feels so much better. And then we put the Kenkoflex on his back, and he went out again, did a few serves. He's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then I put the Kenkotherm wrap on his knee, and he's like, I need all this stuff. So, and he ordered it right there and then. So it's really wonderful to have a product that changes lives so quickly. And it doesn't always. I mean, sometimes it takes a long time. And in wellness, I learned that it's kind of a 5 to 1. Things get better in about a fifth of the time it took for them to get worse. So if you've suffered something for 5 years, it might be a year before you really feel the way you did 5 years ago. But the amazing thing with our products, I think, is that within a month, at least, you will see a difference. And with the magnetism, it can be instantaneous, like we've been talking about. Truly amazing. Do you have time for one more story, if you would like to share?
One more story. You know what I'll talk about? I'll talk about my mom, because I talked about my daughter and the age difference, 20 years later. My mom is about to turn 89.
Wow.
And I just put her on a plane to Whitehorse here in Canada, in the Yukon. And she said to me before she left, honey, I need my back flex and my back wrap, because that makes me feel so much better when I'm traveling and when I'm walking. So 20 years later, the sleep system that changed her life 20 years ago, she is still active and using all of the technologies today. Like, how can it get any better than that for me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is so wonderful. Yeah, my mom kept saying, why doesn't everybody know about this stuff? I'm not getting older and my friends are. And she was in her late 70s, early 80s when she climbed the Great Wall of China, and she said she never could have done it without the insoles and the wrap and the back wrap and the necklace. And I made her take the travel comforter in her suitcase.
That's perfect. And she's a great referral system too, Randy.
Yeah.
She's forever saying, you need to talk to my daughter.
Right. Yes, that's so much fun. Yeah, keep it in the family and share with hundreds and thousands of people. And there's so many people that we need to get to. There's a place for modern medicine, but if we can support the body as much as possible, even before and after surgery, having our products makes everything go more smoothly without side effects. Many people don't need painkillers after minor surgery like the doctors expect, because they're on a sleep system. Or my daughter put the power bands around her teeth when she had her wisdom teeth removed, and she never needed any drugs, and they were just astonished, because that can be very painful at post-surgery. So we could go on and on. I know. I really appreciate your sharing today, Sonja, and great to meet you. And
great to meet you as well. Thank you for having me on today, Randy.
You're welcome. And so let me just share my last slide here. And thanks again, Sonja, from Canada. It's an international business, and we have customers all over the place. It's great fun. So go back and get with the person who invited you to this call, and start your wellness home right away. Discover it and live it, and share it if you choose. And like I said, you can learn about sharing it and increasing your income if you want, or just make a wellness home for your family. And thanks for joining us today. Thanks again. Bye now.